All right, Etsy sellers, let's talk about what's hot and what you should be designing for right now. Because here's the thing, if you're waiting until the last minute to create for a big event, you're already too late. We need to be at least 60 days ahead so our products have time to get indexed by Etsy search, gain traction, and start ranking before the rush hits. So today in this episode, I'm going to give you 5 profitable niches to start designing for right now so you can ride the wave of upcoming demand and not be playing chase and catch up when everyone else is scrambling. Hey, and welcome back to my new podcast, Etsy and Ecom with the Professional Mom. If you are new here, welcome. I am Rebecca Boland, a new mom who left the corporate finance world to stay at home with her 2 little boys and work on several self-taught, diversified online income streams, and now passing on everything I've learned and am still learning to others interested in doing the same. Assuming I stay on time and actually get this podcast uploaded when I plan to, then it is the end of March, the end of first quarter, and even though there are a few exciting events right around the corner, like perhaps the Easter holiday, I am jumping past that and looking ahead further out, more like 60 or 90 days, for my new print-on-demand shops. While you can absolutely still get sales by posting things right now, there is no hard and fast rule that you couldn't get a sale overnight. If you are a new seller, and especially if you have less items in your store and less traffic already, for instance, where my print-on-demand shops are at, then I'd say it's better to go all in to the occasion one step further down the line. Stick with me through this episode and you will have ideas for everything from physical and digital products so that no matter what type of seller you are, you can get in on these opportunities. Jumping right in, the first niche I want to talk about is graduation. So graduation is just around the corner, and depending on what part of the country you are in, there may be staggered graduations, but typically we see a majority of graduations in the United States from about mid-April to around late June. Graduation is absolutely huge on Etsy because you can go to Etsy for anything from personalized graduation gifts to party decorations. And when we think of graduation, that can be one of several different sub-niches because you might be talking about a big graduation like from high school or college, but don't forget that some of the younger kids celebrate graduations like going from grade school into middle school or middle to high school. Some pre-Ks and kindergartens like to do their version of a celebration graduation for the kids. There are master's programs, there are specialty programs, there are technical colleges, there are nursing programs, there are PhD programs. There is a wide variety of types of graduations that could fall into this niche that could really help you scale out a single graduation design. In terms of products that do really well in the graduation niche, one thing I want to point out is graduation shirts, because I know firsthand that there is a huge demand for customized graduation shirts, either for the entire senior class, like the class of 2025, or for individual family members that like to say, proud mom of a graduate, proud parent of a graduate. And I know at one point I was even making graduation shirts with personalized faces on them because the family was proud to embarrassingly love on their child at graduation. So there are a lot of opportunities in graduation shirts. And when you think about the group potential, one single sale could end up generating a much higher profit for you because it's actually for a bulk quantity. In terms of handmade and print on demand, graduation mugs and tumblers are also a great idea. You can obviously put personalized names on them. You have to be careful. You can't just do formal school names or mascots, but you could do school colors. You could hint at the pride for a certain school color. You could probably do a very general term cautiously about a mascot. Like I have seen some shirts that are truly just maybe the word leopard or jaguar in those color prints. But again, make sure that you are not coming close to something like an NFL logo or a collegiate NCAA logo. You're not stepping on any toes there. But another way you can take that is to personalize is for the new names or titles that some graduates may be graduating with. So rather than just saying graduate 2025, I know, for example, one mug that I saw was it's doctor actually, and then had the name across. So rather than calling him or her Mr. or Mrs. Smith, for example, it's a funny, cute, trendy, simple way to say it's doctor actually. That's their graduation cup. And that's a longer lasting product. It's much more giftable because it seems like something that a person would want to use for longer term than 1 or 2 years past their graduation. Now, don't go out and copy that exact phrase and that exact niche. That's just something I came across the other day and thought was really cute, clever way to give a nod to a new graduate. If you are not in the physical product space, but you are working with digital and printable products, then the graduate season opportunity can be anything from printable decorations like banners customized with the student's name, with the school colors, printable party games for all of the different ages of graduates that might be celebrating. They could actually be printables for end of year for the teachers or a classroom activity for that last week or two of school when you still have to keep the students busy, but we all know we're already in mental graduation mode, senioritis mode. Or you can even think about something like photo booth props. Photo booths are up and coming, and now that we have all of these new tools and gadgets and the ability to set up our own photo booths without having to rent them, then it actually makes it more fun and unique for people who are setting up their own home-based photo booth to go online on Etsy and find something super cute, super customized, super unique for them and their personalities and their group of friends to use and incorporate into their photo booth. And as a bonus tip, people start shopping for graduation gifts in April, and the party planning can start even earlier. So there is definitely already an increasing demand on Etsy for graduation gifts, but that does not mean that it's something you'd be scrambling for because, like I said, there is a close to 2 to 3 month time span of regular graduations that you can design for. And if you go about it the right way, you can be creating products that are evergreen and like the It's Doctor Actually mug I just mentioned would be something that could target a graduate gift, but could also do really well throughout the year for other holidays or for individual birthdays or doctor staff gifts. Now let's talk about the second niche. Even though it is finally just about spring here in Georgia, at least, I know the rest of the country is probably still waiting for spring to hit, but that means that if we're looking at 60 to 90 days out, we could already be talking about summer vacation. So summer vacations, and specifically within that, family reunion and travel. This niche is great because, like I mentioned in graduation, it is another one that families and groups of people are planning getaways, reunions, road trips, and vacations together. So there's a huge opportunity to create one product that sells over and over again or sells in bulk when it does sell to a single buyer. Designs and niches that you can look into in this summer vacation world would be things like matching family vacation shirts or personalized reunion shirts. Maybe they reference the family name if you have a huge family and you don't know all of the cousins or second cousins. Maybe every cousin has their own name on a cousin crew shirt. And of course, you can do this with other things like towels, tumblers, or other fun summer merch. But outside of just like the beachy, tropical cruise world, there's also a lot of families that go on camping trips or road-themed trips, a lot of the RV lifestyle opportunity to design for. And in the same realm, you can do matching shirts, but you can also design for that specific camping niche and maybe think about those enamel camp mugs and designing something giftable like that rather than apparel. Or on the printable side, you can always think about games. Obviously, if we're talking about road trips, what type of printable road trip games can you create for kids? Can you create a printable busy book for the various age groups? Can you create digital itineraries that can be emailed out or shared via text message so the whole family knows where to meet and when? Can you create digital welcome signs or signage for a huge event, but without having to actually print and ship them yourself? So in this realm, while there is a lot of opportunity, it is one that, just like many niches, especially right now, personalization and customizable designs are really going to make you stand out. But that doesn't mean that people aren't going to want their own cool, unique travel shirt here and there or plain mode shirt. But if you can find the time and energy to do some customizable or personalizable designs, that will be a big step up from your competitors. A third niche that is coming up faster than we know it is Pride Month. So Pride Month is the month of June. And of course, we have seen that Pride merch is constantly in high demand, from rainbow themed designs to supportive ally gear. So you can design a lot of fun products for this. Obviously, again, anything from apparel to giftable products. And this is one that you can definitely turn to some of the big box stores and realize they are going to get into shops early, and they have the data and have done studies. They know that customers are going to keep coming back for more new, fresh Pride designs. So when you pop into Target, keep your eyes peeled, see what their newest Love Wins or Love is Love design looks like, and see how you can make your own unique spin on something similar, but with more of your own personality on Etsy. In the digital space, there are also really no limitations here. You can be creating digital wall art or stickers that are specific to the LGBTQ plus community. You can be creating party decorations in digital invitations for various Pride celebrations coming up, or for your own neighborhood parade, or anything else that people might be creating on their own end or need supplies or designs for. And you can also take something in your shop that already does well and see how you could potentially give it a Pride twist. So yes, in some cases that might mean designing it with a more rainbow aesthetic, because that does do well. But it also might mean that something like a digital wall art that you already have, maybe you already have one that says Love Wins or Love Conquers All, and all you'd have to do is go back and add a new tag or create a copy of the listing to reposition it as an LGBTQ design or an ally-friendly design, or whatever the specific Pride Month phrases showing up in your E-Rank or Everbee tool that people are searching for. So that is another fun little hint to keep an eye out for, because sometimes if you think outside the box, you will realize that you already have products, not just for Pride Month, but for any of these holidays or overarching themes, that all you have to do is plug in the tag and it would still be fitting. You're just going to be able to reach a different shopper and a different consumer than you maybe had realized was looking for your product. Of course, the great thing is that Pride Month is all of June, but of course, people are buying before that because they can wear apparel all year round, but they will also be shopping after that because you can, again, use the same apparel and gifts all year round. So it is one that could be worth investing some time and research into if it fits within your kind of bigger picture umbrella or your brand. The fourth niche I want to call out is teacher appreciation. Now, graduation, especially at the younger ages, often comes with its own version of gifting to teachers for end of year and sweet little notes from the kids, maybe small tokens of appreciation from the kids to teachers. But there is a formal Teacher Appreciation Week that's typically late April to early May and aligns with that general end of year season. So we already know that teacher gifts do well on Etsy in general, but at the end of year, or end of school year, I should say, this April to May season, teacher gifts can do even better. While there are tons of teacher shirts out there and they do have the potential to do well, this niche you might want to focus more on giftables in the print-on-demand space, especially, again, if you're newer and have a smaller shop. Think about what those kids or parents of the kids at daycares would give to the teachers. They most likely wouldn't be buying shirts. If they do, maybe it's a single shirt for a teacher that they know well. Maybe it's an oversized shirt so they know it'll fit. But a lot of times people don't want to be purchasing apparel, especially t-shirts, for somebody they don't know super well or may not know the size of, especially on Etsy where it can be hard, if not impossible, to do returns and exchanges. But if you can get into giftable items like personalized mugs or tumblers or keychains, then you can capitalize on, again, the bulk gifting opportunity. Maybe one mom going on Etsy and buying a set of 6 for every teacher her kid has in math, reading, science, or because their child is at a daycare and has several different teachers rotating throughout the day, or because you're a principal shopping for staff gifts for all of the teachers before they go on summer vacation. Another product that I think looks really cool, but I haven't gotten into because I'm trying to focus on just a few products at a time. But I have heard that tote bags do really well, especially with teachers, because they always have things to carry. So whether it's books or homework to grade, or maybe they're just using it on their off day, and it's snacks or it's wine or it's whatever other personal items they need as people outside of the school. There are a lot of fun, funny, cute, sweet designs you can put on tote bags, or even small stickers that teachers could use throughout the year, put in their classroom, put on their planners, and one size fits all type gift. On the printable side, you can still think about all the gifting, but you could think about gift tags or printable teacher appreciation cards. There has been an increase in handprint art, which I did really well selling last year in my printable shops because it's a cute and very personalized item. The child can make it, but because it's printed, it does look a little more formal. You could even put it in a cheap little dollar store frame and have your child sign it or write a special little note depending on their age. And there are several people that are just looking to be able to print out a handful of gift tags and staple them onto whatever they are bundling up and putting together for teachers at the end of the year. A bonus tip here in this niche is just like graduation and really all of them, you don't want to wait until last minute. And if you're waiting until May or that late April season, because parents and PTAs, the parent-teacher associations, typically start shopping in earlier April. Don't miss the boat there, because of course, once you have them in your shop, they are continuous evergreen products that do well year-round, even as early as August when new teachers start shopping for new, fun back-to-school gear and refreshed classroom decor. And niche number 5 is Father's Day. This year, Father's Day is June 15th, so we are probably going to see sales spike between mid-May and early June. So Father's Day could cover a huge spectrum, and I think there's a lot of opportunity because while there is competition on Etsy, it feels like that mom and mama niche is so popular and so cute and coquette and fun to design for that less people are focused on the dads and the grandfathers, but they need and deserve gifts too. So if you are not into the mama niche or you haven't really even started on Mother's Day, this could be a really good opportunity to just look at Father's Day and see how you could win that space instead. Father's Day is a great opportunity to be creating funny dad shirts, funny mugs. There's a lot of the dad puns, bad dad jokes, things like that there's a huge niche for out there in the dad realm. And you can pretty much put those on anything that's on print on demand. And if it's well designed and a good saying, you can get it to sell. If you are in a niche that you can put alcohol sayings, beer sayings, that's a whole world that people like to design for in the dad space. Personally, I think it's funny that because as we see trends develop, especially in the apparel space, there's something about this dad space, or maybe it's just the gag gifts or the funny gifts or the lighthearted gifts, but sometimes I think they'll just never change. So when we say things like dad jokes or dad puns, there is still always going to be some version of King of the Grill shirt or other silly sayings like that are just lighthearted, fun, and people like to give to their dads when they don't know what else they might want or need. Outside of the funny things on shirts and mugs, you can also do personalized gifts, some of the sweethearted gifts, and put them on things like keychains, tumblers, or engraved items if you have access to a laser engraving machine. But in the digital space, you can also be creating Father's Day cards and gift tags, and you can also do things like coupon books. Think about all of the times that you didn't know what to get for someone in your life, or you got them something and it wasn't going to be here on time. Rather than scratching out on a piece of paper an I owe you, or this is on its way, or printing out the receipt and sending it, what if you put together a nice looking gift receipt that a customer could come in and edit and say, your gift is on the way, you are getting X, you are getting Y, you are getting a trip to Hawaii this year, Dad. Whatever it is, something that you could create to make it easier for a gift giver to not have to stress about wrapping a gift or a time constraint to dad, or just like with teachers, maybe something that a child could print and color for dad, or print and do a handprint for dad that they could put in a frame. Think outside the box like that so that you can capitalize on this Father's Day realm, utilizing what you make as not just happy Father's Day gifts, but create a simple version alongside it that doesn't say Happy Father's Day, and you'll be able to continue selling that year round when it's time for the winter holidays or when it's time for dad's birthdays, which could be happening any time of year. Ultimately, just those 5 niches alone have given me so many things to think about that I have to hone in on picking just one and focusing on winning that niche or winning that holiday. That's kind of how I've been trying to focus myself and hammer down exactly what I want to be working on until I get more data in my print-on-demand shops to actually double down on. If you are following other popular YouTube sellers or podcasters, you've probably heard that phrase a lot, and it can be a little bit frustrating when you are a slow mover or you're trying to get the first sales to know what people are going to want. So right now in both of my print-on-demand shops, even though they are very different niches, they are similar in that they are both print-on-demand and they are both essentially throwing spaghetti at the wall and not following the rules to stick with one product for now. Out of these 5 niches, I am saying that my focus is probably going to be in that summer vacation space and group shirts for various getaways and family trips, just because it fits my brand better and it is something that I personally just enjoy and like designing for. But I do see a lot of potential in all of them, so I'm just gonna have to make sure to keep myself focused. All right, there you have it, 5 profitable Etsy niches to start designing for right now so your listings can gain traction before these big shopping windows hit. If you take the action today, your products will be front and center when buyers start searching. So tell me, are you already designing for any of these niches? Or did one of these ideas spark a new product for your shop? DM me on Instagram and let's chat about it. I am really excited and interested to know what sparked your creativity and why you are going to launch into another niche. Is it because it already fits with what you're doing? Is it because it sounds like something you hadn't thought of before? Or does it sound like something that you know has the highest demand? Send me a message. My Instagram, all my contact info is in the show notes below. And if you love this episode, please make sure to subscribe and to leave a review. This podcast is brand new. I'm a one-woman show, and I am trying to build it to help give you feedback and strategic, actionable strategies. So the more I hear from you, the more I can know exactly how to tailor my next episodes so that my experiences can help you navigate your journey as well. Thanks for joining me, and until next time, goodbye.